8 billion people. That's a lot of mouths to feed, and Mother Earth is struggling to meet demand. We all want the best for our families, so how do you get delicious food while conserving some of our planet's resources? Well, Chef Jernard Well knows a lot about feeding the crowd. He's an award winning TV host, best selling cookbook author, and wait for it, father of 9. Oh, yeah, he knows. Chef Jernard knows. He's joining us with some tasty ideas. Good morning, Chef Jernard. How are you?
I am good. Good morning to you as well.
I mean, you're in great spirits with 9 kids, so okay, you've had your Starbucks.
Yes, indeed. It's all about sustainability. Hey, learning how to feed all those different mouths and personalities. Look, at one point was a challenge, but now I kind of do it with ease. As they gotten older, I bring them in the kitchen to cook with me now.
Oh, that's great, man. Now, speaking of which, tell us about your family and why sustainable eating is important.
Well, with my family, sustainable eating is important because we have to focus on what our dinner plates look like, what we're consuming and how we're consuming. And if more people gather in on this and start operating the same, then we make a bigger impact around the world. I have so many different eaters in my house, as I say, so many different personalities. I have a vegetarian, I have a dairy-free one. I have one that said, hey, I need all the protein that I can get. So trying to cook meals for all those people, it used to look like a smorgasbord around the dinner table. But now I figured out ways to give everybody what they need all in one dinner serving and have fun doing it at the same time.
Hey, it sounds like you're having fun. Now, you have some great looking items in front of you. Tell us about some swaps we can make for our families.
Yes, the fine, creamy Cajun pasta. Oh my goodness. This is one, as I say, that is near and dear to me because, of course, my original culinary background was French and Cajun cuisine. But when you take Nature's Fine dairy-free cream cheese, the chive and onions, blend it with some nice bow tie pasta, cherry tomatoes, roasted corn, wilted spinach, butternut squash to add that nice little creaminess on the back end, and top it off with the meatless breakfast patties, you have a lunch or dinner for champions. Or if you like me, when you got, with pasta, the dishes are better the second day around. So that's my first stop the next morning if there are any leftovers afterwards.
Stop, man. Why you doing me like this? I mean, why you doing me like this? Now, how does FI work? How does FI work? And what are the health benefits?
Now, one of the cool things, Nature Finds creates food using phi protein, a nutritional fungi protein. One of the benefits with fungi is fungi has protein but less fat. So that means that you're getting more of what you need while reducing a lot of the junk. Phi is sustainable. Nature Fine grows by using a breakthrough fermentation that uses a fraction of the resources compared to animal protein sources like meat, which is a cool benefit. Then when we step over into the sustainability, how we reduce on constantly tilling the ground and constantly messing with our ecosystem. Nature Fine is a food company for optimists that grows fire, as I always like to say. A nutritional fungi protein, the origins from Yellowstone National Park. And guess what? You can grow it 365 days out of the year. So no more having to stop, have to raise costs, or say we're running out because we had floods, we had rains, because we didn't get sunshine. You can grow it nonstop, which helps us. Then we're consuming something that's a little more enriching, that's going into our body, that breaks down differently. And it's what we should have in our diets on a daily basis. So you got more energy to burn when you go outside.
Man, I need the energy to burn too. So tell us about Sustainable Sunday and what your family does.
Now, Sustainable Sundays is all about cooking and education around the dinner table for my kids. But for me, it's the way I get a chance to spend time with all of them at once. Because the best time to have a captive audience is when you're cooking. So I bring all the kids in with me. We create what we're going to make for that day. And while we're outsourcing grocery shopping, I'm giving them educational tips. I'm giving them ways and showing them different styles of using seasonings, using different greenery to incorporate it and not being afraid to step out of the box with cooking. Now, this is a couple of things. With Nature's Fine dairy-free cream cheese and their meatless breakfast sausage, amazing straight out of the package. But just imagine when you swap out some of those old dishes, old things that you would use in your dishes with this, it only enhances it more. Like take for example, my cheeseburger egg rolls, jam-packed with cream cheese, the sausage I've crumbled up on the inside, carrots, bell peppers, cabbage, and onions, and then air fried to a golden crisp and served with Thai chili sauce. So see, that's a hot button in my household right there.
Man, Chef Jernard, where you from, man? Because I know Grandma in Arkansas, that sounds like when I was a kid, Grandma brought everybody into the kitchen when we was cooking. I'm like, man, what's going on? That ain't right. That ain't right, man. That ain't right.
That's what it's about. Look. Born and raised the early part of my years in Chicago, but my family migrated to Mississippi, and that's when I really learned about food gathering, growing up, raising crops, community coming together, because food is the ultimate gap bridger. As I always tell people, food and love goes hand in hand. I've never seen a person eating and frowning. It's hard to do.
You got that right, definitely. Now, where are these products available, and where can we learn more?
You can learn more by going to naturesfine.com. Download some of the cool recipes. You can even see the local stores that's near you. Whole Foods, Sprouts. Those are places that you want to go to. You'll find the Nature's Fine hanging out on the shelf waiting for you.
I've been speaking with Chef Jernard Wells, award-winning TV host, celebrity chef, best-selling cookbook author. Now, one last question, Chef. You got all that food in front of you. Now, I know you got 9 kids. So, are you going to split that between the 9 kids and the production crew that's helping you today?
Hey, look, that's what I was going to tell you. Unfortunately, this won't even make it until the kids get from school today. So,
take care of your production crew, man.
You already know it.
Chef Jernard, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend.
Thank you for having me.